Hi viewers, welcome back to our channel 3 Something. Hope you got a chance to look at our part 1 of the video which focuses on basic aspects to know or basic decisions to make if you want to invest in mutual funds. And this part 2 of the video will get you started into the world of mutual funds. So here are the top 3 things that you would want to know before you go ahead and invest in mutual funds. One is every mutual fund has couple of variations of it. Let's say we take an example of Tata Midcap. Now the Tata Midcap will have a word attached to it which is called dividend or growth. Dividend means that whatever dividend comes from the companies invested by this mutual fund, it will be given to you based on your share on a regular basis. Whereas growth is when all this dividend is kept by the fund manager and invested back into the mutual fund so that it can grow. Now, unless you very badly need money, you would not want to go for dividend. Even when you need money, the recommended option is that you go for growth and withdraw your money so that your money actually grows along with the dividend. And in fact, let me put it this way: if you go to any website, let's say Value Research or any other apps which offer these, you could see the returns of Tata Midcap growth and Tata Midcap dividend. You would find that the dividend mutual funds growth is lesser than the the Tata Midcap growth fund. So that's the basic reason why one should always go for growth fund. Hope the first point is clear. Now there is also one more word you would see in every mutual fund, which is regular or direct. Now direct is when you are investing in the mutual fund directly by yourself, and regular is when you are taking support of someone, let's say the mutual fund house or a person, and they take a commission out of it, which is what we also spoke about in the first video, where you are not comfortable, you would want to go through a broker or a middleman who always invests in a regular fund. So if you are investing on your own, you have to always invest in direct fund, and if you are going through a person or a company, they would by default invest in a regular fund where they take the commission out of it. Hence you would see that the returns on the direct fund is higher than the regular fund. Hope the second point was also clear. Now the third point is, if you don't know anything about mutual funds, easiest and one of the safest, obviously mutual funds are always subject to market risk, however one of the safest, relatively safest, is something called index funds, Nifty 50 index funds. All this means is the top 50 companies by the size, market size, are put in this fund by default. Let's say you have a company like ICICI Bank, it's part of Nifty 50. After a year, if ICICI Bank performs poorly and drops off from the top 50 companies, automatically this fund also will drop the ICICI mutual fund and it will take the best company. So always top 50 companies are part of this Nifty 50 index fund. Hence, and it has been seen that on an average this fund would give you 10 to 12% return regularly. However, the portion of risk is always there, but then given the current situation we are in and the growth prospects of India, the amount of risk is very less. Hope you are very clear on these three areas. One, do not invest in dividend, invest in growth for higher returns. Two, if you are investing yourself, you would want to invest in a direct and not a regular one. Third, if you don't know which fund to go after, you can just blindly look for Nifty 50 index fund. With all these three things in mind, you can go ahead and invest in any mutual fund. Now, the last thing to consider is that in case you are investing in mutual fund, you would want to wait at least for 3 years to see good returns. The reason is, let's say you give 100 rupees to a mutual fund manager, they are very experienced as I mentioned in the first video. However, let's say some natural calamity happens, some unforeseen incident happens. Now the stock market would go down tomorrow, and fund manager, he knows that this is not the right time to invest, but then if you have given him 100 rupees, he can't keep it with himself, he has to invest. So you invest today and some unfortunate incident happens tomorrow, the value of the stock would go down. But the fund manager is capable enough to ensure that your money gets good return in the period of 3 years on an average at least. The longer you keep, the better it is, and that's the power of compounding, which we all know. Hence, you would want to invest in mutual fund for a duration of at least 3 years to see these ups and downs are normalized by the fund manager. And in case you have any short-term goals for which you are saving the fund, which is in the duration of 1 to 2 years, then I would recommend not to go for mutual fund, but then you put it in an FD, because here ability to withdraw the money on less risk in the short term is more important, which is why FD is recommended. But if you want to keep it for a long term, then the risks are minimized and the returns are higher in case of mutual funds. Hope this point is also clear in terms of short term versus long term goal and which mutual fund to invest. So with this, let's stay invested in mutual funds and gain bigger returns. Hope this video was useful. Thank you.